So in this game, so when you're deciding what to do with Khazix, one of the main things that you have to decide is at what point of the game do you need to have impact. So, like for example here, does your team outscale? Do you
I would
think?
say yes.
I mean, they have a Zeri.
Okay, if I have to compare, I would
Yep,
say Gragas falls off.
he does, yeah.
Bel Bel'Veth, I don't know enough.
No,
I only
Bel'Veth is insanely strong late game. Like, she's ridiculously hard scaling.
okay.
She's an infinite scaling champion. So see her
Yes.
like a Veigar or a Nasus.
Oh, okay. So the four others, then yes, and if I have to check our team, it's only Kassadin, Anivia, and Twitch.
So, one of the reasons why, I mean, this isn't really as relevant to these Elos, but another reason behind it is because they have a Zeri who you can never touch, right? Like,
Yeah.
if your team jump into them, then the only thing that's gonna happen is that the where's my pen? Uh, Hold on. I don't know where my pen's gone. Oh, there it is. What's going to happen is if you try... So, Cassidy needs to jump in. You need to jump in. Anivia, not so much. Twitch wants to walk up. Not necessarily jump in, but walk up. Now,
Hmm.
they have a Bel'Veth, who if you walk into her, she's going to activate E and one-shot you. They have a
Hmm.
Gragas, who if you try and get on top of them, he's going to use his ultimate to peel you away, or use his E to stop you jumping on.
Hmm.
They also have a Lux to give her shields and CC, and then
Yeah.
Yone's also going to be jumping on your Twitch, to stop him actually doing anything when he
Okay.
opens up with ult. So their comp kind of just counters what you want to do, but that doesn't really matter because it's solo queue. What matters is how you play it. But what that does mean is you want to be as strong as possible, as early as possible, because by being strong early, you can potentially snowball a game, and then it doesn't matter how their team wants to play because you'll just be so strong.
Okay.
So, but in terms of where you want to gank in this game, one of the niches to Bel'Veth's kit is that if she kills a void monster, she gets what's called void coral, which basically means that if minions die around her, she kind of pulls minions from the void and she ends up with this huge wave, and it's crazy. So when you're playing against a Bel'Veth, you kind of have to focus top lane a little bit, because if you don't, then top lane's going to fall behind and then she's going to be able to get heralds and it's kind of over from there.
Okay.
So yeah, another thing, when you do get back into game, turn your HUD down. This is way too big. Like, you don't need
Okay.
it this big. Put it all the way down.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
really need to see it much.
That's a good tip.
So here we don't want to do Krugs. Now the reason we don't want to do Krugs is because it's going to take way too long to farm. Instead, we want to do 5 camps into top lane, so that we get slightly earlier. If you're playing in some elos and you had certain top laners, like you could even 3 camp into top, but it's not usually that good in these elos because you need to prioritize your own gold income.
Hmm.
If you're not making any gold as an assassin in the jungle, you're going to be completely useless.
Yeah.
So yeah, prioritizing them. Now with this camp, what you want to do is you want to instantly walk in, auto this big one, and
Yeah.
then get them all together, use W, and then kill these off one by one. So what you want to do is you want to kite them. So you want to auto, then move, auto, then move. Sorry, an auto one each. So auto on it, move, auto on it, move, auto, move,
And
Q,
first the
move.
big one, or
No, so get all of these down to low, and then use W on them
oh,
multiple times, and that'll
okay.
clear them off. And then you isolate the big one and kill that too.
Okay.
But make sure you're kiting these out, because you don't, and you just take a damage from all of them for no real reason.
Okay, so you can actually kite them if you
Yeah.
like pull them out.
Yep. So you'd like auto one, Q another one, then auto another one, keep doing that, and then use your
To
W
get
so it gets
the
all of
to
them.
get the dot on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then you want
Okay.
to use your W so it hits all of them at once,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to kill it quite comfortably, I'd say. And then yeah, same with this one. So you want to W, and then you want to kill these. So auto Q these, and kill them like that.
So I swap my basic attacks on each monster
Yeah,
to keep the burn on it.
yeah, and also just to get it low because your W hits multiple.
Yeah.
So then here, what you do is you get this somewhat low, and you wait for your cooldown on your W, and then as your W is about to come up, you smite Gromp, and then you want to move Gromp so that it's next to blue, and then you use W
yeah.
on both of them.
Yeah. I missed it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now, unfortunately, he died before you could get here. That happens. It's whatever. It's no big deal. But now mid is open. So you could go here. Now, this was one of the first mistakes. So Lux is just hard griefed. And she's isolated here. So in this situation, this is where you want to... So earlier...
Oh, the timing was so off.
Yeah. So
oh my god.
If you would have done it sooner, you would have had it isolated and you would have been able to get the kill.
Okay, so there's actually a cooldown where she stays isolated even though she's next to someone.
No, it's about the range that they're in. So it's when she gets close enough, then it'll go off. It's based on her distance to the champ.
To me, okay, yeah.
No, her distance to the allied champ. But even like,
yeah, the allied champ. Okay, yeah.
But even here, we could have E'd and tried to W. I don't think it would have landed. It's fine.
Yeah, I was hoping for the corner, and then I would jump over and W, but she went too far.
It's fine. So it's okay to be here right now, purely because your next camp is near. So that's fine. But here, like, you don't want to do this because this is already grief. Because what's going to happen is they're going to potentially collapse on you. So you just don't want to go for this. You've got camps respawning right now that are a higher priority. Because now she was level 4 and you're level 3.
Yeah.
So you're already behind on tempo.
Yeah.
Which is bad. So now we clear these off. So another thing to do as well is when you're killing things and you're kiting the camps, look at what's happening on the map. That's one thing that we didn't really do too much. So have you got F keys on your keyboard?
Yeah, but
so use them.
Yeah.
Because
so F1, F2, F3, F4.
Yeah.
And I bind them to my allies.
Yeah.
If not bind it, I have to check it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never used it before.
Yeah, so it's very, very important to use them. Because you should be flicking over lanes to see what's happening, like, permanently. So here, so this is kind of one of the big things, right? Look how we've just been farming this whole time, and now all of a sudden they're making mistakes. So now we just punish these mistakes. So this is gold elo. So there's going to be so many mistakes for you to punish. If this was like master tier, there's still mistakes, but they're harder to punish, and you usually have to plan around punish them. Like here, not so much. Like, because of the elo range. So it's like, look, well, free kill. Lovely. Just random donation. And now we can go to a red buff.
Yeah.
Again, we were looking to catch the Yone, but...
Sucks that I didn't get her.
Yeah, so we kind of messed up our smite here.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to keep focusing. And then what you do is you Q and smite at the same time. We smited way too early.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we reset. We get this. Again, we're going into Prowlers because it's going to give us more. Again, remember, you've got Futures Market.
Yeah.
So here, we're, again, so look at this fight that's happening in the bottom and we have no idea their HP or anything. So this is kind of like we're trying to cross the road. So killing them is crossing the road, right? And we're just not looking. And because we're not looking, who knows what could happen? Like, are we going to get hit by a bus? Are we not? Like, who knows?
Yeah. So in that case, should I, if I see that there's a fight going on and that I could potentially get a kill, do I leave red buff?
No, you still do red. You're still gonna keep attacking it if you look at
Okay,
it, but you look at what's happening, just so you
okay,
know what's gonna happen before. Because the only time we don't see it until now, right? So it's
yeah,
like, could we have jumped over Could we have blast coned? Maybe we could have blast coned and just gone on the dragon and taken it over. Like, we didn't see their HP. Like, what's
yeah,
their HP at right here? So even with kind of me in your ear, I can't advise you on what the best thing to do is here because I don't actually know what's happening either.
yeah. I see. Yeah.
So it's like we look over them because if the Zeri and the Lux are low, we can just rush Dragon here, and
Okay, yeah,
that's 6% bonus AD. That's
yeah,
pretty big.
yeah. True. Yeah, because dragon was I could have taken it over.
Uh huh. Yep.
I had a pink to put in the put
Yep.
to put in the pit.
Yep. Sorry, 4% bonus AD. I don't know why I was taking a mountain. Okay, so yeah, like and now we just continue clearing because we're going into Herald.
Okay.
Because again, we want to stop her from getting it because if she gets it, then it's kind of rough. But we don't need to clear these camps because right now, say for example, she walks in. We have to clear this one because if say we go for this and she just walks through here, she takes this. If she wants to go all the way through here and take this, then fine. The amount of time that's going to take her, we don't care about that. But right now, we don't need to do these because we're going straight into Herald, and now we're on this side of the map, right? So we are on the side of the map to guard these camps.
So
she,
I had to take the raptors or
yeah, because otherwise,
yeah,
if she comes here, she takes a raptor camp, and
and
then
then
if she goes
yeah.
to here, it might be worth for her because they're two
Okay.
AOE camps. They give a lot of XP. But
Yeah.
for you, the Krugs are still level 1 anyway, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are in range to guard these camps, so she can't take them.
Yeah.
So you have to clear the camps that you're not going to be in proximity to, and then R is better for lethality Khazix because being able to maneuver through fights and try and get a pick is super important.
Yeah.
And more stealth is just really really good. So now we get the Herald, which is good. Like, so here we wanted to watch top again. Because, again, we didn't see how much HP he had, right?
Yeah.
But then we can use that to determine, okay, maybe we can go top lane. Maybe we can do something.
Yeah.
So, at this point, we ended up just getting the blue buff. And again... So we go up to top because he's overextended. And we end up getting his ult. But here, like, we're just waiting way too long. So just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Okay.
Because the wave being in this position here means that it's pushing into him anyway.
Yeah.
So, because Castan's going to hit this, even though it's got more HP, Castan's going to hit this and it's going to push. So what we want to do is we just want to go straight away and actually get on top of him and potentially do something. Unfortunately, we both ended up on top awkwardly.
Yeah.
But yeah, still.
Should I have pushed with the Kassadin? And
No,
maybe
not really.
get plates? No.
Because he's got plenty of HP. He doesn't really need that help. But here, so this was another like.
I went back. Yeah.
Yeah. So here again we're just not really using the strength of this champion's kit. This champion is so strong early, it's unreal. Like, he's very, very strong. Like, there, the Bel'Veth, like, that was an easy... We could have E-flashed onto her, killed her, and then we could have killed the Yone as well, because he'd be isolated.
Yeah.
But instead, we didn't do either. And we just lost 2 kills. So this is what I was saying when I was saying it's just about knowing the champion. Because we're playing way too passive. We're playing way too safe. When things are free, we're still not going for them.
Yeah.
So it's like here, Kassadin is very low. But so is Gragas. But see, they've made a big mistake. So we are again on top. We didn't need Flash, so Flash was a big grief, to be honest. But
Yeah? Can you rewind it? I just want to see.
So we add, and then we
Yeah,
flash
yeah, I
E,
see. Now I
and we're
see it.
way too far anyway. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
your R gives you so much stealth, it's unreal.
yeah,
Like,
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's evolved as well. The invisibility is 2 seconds, so you get 2 seconds of invisibility,
Yeah,
and then obviously it can be recast an extra time.
yeah.
So now we're on a huge spike. We've got prowlers. So this was, we kind of messed up here. So we just went too early.
Okay.
And then we tried to prowler, but we
But,
ended up just
but
walking into the tower.
yeah, but the lane was pushing, so
Yeah. But then we just don't go. Like the
okay.
thing is here, what we're doing is we're sitting here and we're waiting for the Yone to jump on the Anivia. Because he's got Bel'Veth and Lux near. So he's going to potentially just jump on her and try and kill her. So it doesn't really matter about the wave.
Yeah,
And then obviously we lost Herald as well, which was a kill worth of gold.
yeah.
We could have also just dropped Herald there, to be honest.
In mid.
Yeah.
Before jumping.
Yep. So this was another one of those situations. So here, use the bushes. But
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if she would see me.
It doesn't matter. She saw you, though she had a higher chance of seeing you here. So yeah,
Yeah,
here we are. So we E'd and we Prowlered at the same time. Did you see
yeah,
that?
yeah,
So obviously Prowlers takes a little bit of getting used to, but don't use them both at the same time because this could have been a kill. Because what we do, we E on top, and even if she jumps over the wall, we can Prowler and follow her.
yeah. I know it follows.
And then even there, like we could have just kept going. We were invisible for so long. We could have
Yeah,
just kept going and killed her. Again, we've got so much lethality right now because we've got Prowlers and we've got a Serrated Dirk. That our lethality just means we can kill them super easy.
yeah.
Even here, to be honest, this was a potential kill too. Before she cleared the ward out, we could have got on top of her.
But it should have been faster.
Yeah. So this is the thing, when you're playing Khazix, you need to be like instant on it. Just as soon as you see them, just go for it. Like, you'll get to know slowly over time if you're strong enough or not to get the kills. Like here, for example, she just completely griefed this. Like,
Yeah,
you have to kill that. Like, we had to use flash because we kind of messed up.
yeah.
But, again, 600 gold
I
ship
should have gone earlier again.
Yep.
The moment I saw there was a yeah.
Yep. Even here. So here again, E are directly on top of her. E auto and then Q. So see how you just E Q'd?
Yeah.
So there, if you E, auto, Q, W. Actually, you didn't have W, but that auto could have.
I always Q first because I think Q animation is faster than basic attack animation.
Nah. Like, because your Q is a basic attack reset. So
Yeah.
you can auto and Q almost at the same time.
Okay, okay.
The only time you'd want to instant Q is if you're like huge and you're like going for like double jumps, but double jumps are just flashy. They're not actually beneficial. It's like a Lee Sin insect. Like it can be good, but most of the time it's just fancy.
Yeah.
So here, this was fine. We got a flash. And we got so many resources from him too, that now Anivia kills. Oh, well, I mean, she got the shit done, unfortunately, but a little bit quicker on that W, we would have got that kill too.
Yeah.
So now we clear this away. You go W second, but see, again here, like, insta-kill. Like, as soon as you see that they're isolated, you kill.
Yeah.
And then even here, like, we didn't need to run as far as we did. Like, the fact that we ran, like, all the way up here was probably one of the reasons we got killed.
Yeah. Because I took more minion damage.
Yeah, and we weren't there in time. We weren't there quick enough. But, you know, we still got the kill, so it's not the end of the world. And they kill her too. but
At that point, it was just a game.
yeah, it's a little bit overdone. But you see how all of these opportunities that we had to get ahead, and we just didn't really use them.
Yeah.
So I'd say one of the main things to do is honestly just play this champion more, and just kind of work out how much damage you can do. You need to get a good feeling of how much damage you do on each item or each item point. So get your serrated dirk, run to a squishy, wait till they're isolated, and jump on them and try and kill them. You'll see exactly how much damage you're going to do at that point. And then when you get Prowler's Claw, do the same. Obviously, be careful. You want to E into range to Prowler. So you can E. So say, for example, they're here. And we're here. Say our E goes to, like, here. We could E and then Prowlers. And that's fine. Because it gives us more distance. But yeah, like get a good range, get a good feel for how Prowlers works. Because that's another really, really big thing. But yeah, and then just focus on kind of learning what the champion does a little bit better. And also kind of those early routes. It can be difficult. Like, obviously, this game was specific because it was Bel'Veth. But you really want to kind of aim to go into lanes that have a lot of CC. Because if they have CC, you have more than enough damage to kill them. You just need them to stay in the same place. So just look for that. And I'd say just play like 20 games of Khazix, and you'll start seeing, after the 10th game, you'll start seeing small improvements, and things will become easier, and the game becomes a lot. You don't have to focus on your champion as much, because the reason why you can't climb right now is because you play so many different champions. You can't focus on the game because you're focusing on what your champions do, and we saw that throughout the replay, right? Like, there was these opportunities to get ahead. And because we didn't know what the champion did, we couldn't take them. If you just start to understand the champion and give it, like I said, 20, 30 games, like, things become so much easier, and then you'll see how comfortable it is to climb, and you can actually focus on improving on the things that are going to give you meaningful results.
Yeah.
So I'll end the recording there.